Immusoft. We're a gene therapy company based in Seattle, Washington that turns patient cells into drug factories. The cells in your body are actually miniature factories. They produce all the building blocks of life, including the proteins and enzymes necessary to survive. In some cases, genetic defects occur that result in defective proteins or their elimination altogether. This often results in serious illness or death. Immusoft is developing ways to correct these defects with a novel approach to gene therapy in which key cells in the body are provided with instructions to make the missing proteins. Investigators have been looking for ways to correct genetic defects for several decades, but the technologies used to selectively modify DNA in cells have not been very practical. Scientists have widely employed viruses to carry the correct genes into cellular DNA, but this approach has several limitations. First, it's expensive to produce a virus in quantities needed for therapeutic use. Second, when engineering viruses, there's always a safety concern that a replicating virus will accidentally be created, and so expensive and time-consuming procedures must be followed to ensure that this doesn't happen. Also, some of the most commonly used viruses have limited payload capacities, restricting the size of the genes they can deliver. Immusoft is on the verge of changing all of that with our new immune system programming technology, or ISP. ISP can efficiently reprogram a patient's own cells without the need for traditional virus-based vectors. By altering the genetic code in the body's own disease-fighting B cells, Immusoft can achieve sustainable effects while minimizing the risk of triggering an adverse immune reaction. The ISP approach involves isolating the patient's own B cells and then modifying them to produce the desired protein using a proprietary transposon technology, and then reintroducing them into the patient. The cells will then migrate to the bone marrow where they reside for extended periods of time and serve as factories that produce the required protein. There are two great things about the transposon. One is that since it's not a virus, it's far easier to produce. And since it has a larger payload capacity, it's able to deliver things that aren't feasible with traditional viral technology. Another important benefit of Immusoft's approach is, unlike a virus, a transposon won't elicit an immune response, meaning it can be used multiple times in the same patient. Our first clinical application is a treatment for a rare genetic disease called MPS I. In this case, patients aren't able to break down waste sugars in their cells. It's typically lethal by the time they're in their young teens. The ISP technology can be applied to a broad range of applications, including the production of proteins, enzymes, antibodies, and other therapeutic molecules. The beauty of this approach is that you can make a new treatment simply by changing the information we put into the cell. Immusoft, programming your cells to cure disease.